Today I'm going to talk about three of the biggest myths or misconceptions about life here in Bangkok, Thailand. The first thing I'm going to talk about is sex tourism. Now, I'll be the first to admit that I don't know very much about it at all. But I do know that there's this outside perception from people who have never even traveled to Thailand, who seem to think that the only reason to come to Bangkok is for partying and sex tourism. Yes, sex tourism does exist, and many people do come to Bangkok for that purpose. But that is not all that Bangkok is about. Like any other big city, it's not uncommon to have red light districts. I mean, let's take Amsterdam, for example. A very well-known red light district in that city. In fact, Mark and I traveled there on vacation, and after dinner one night, we wandered down to the red light district, and what we found was what we were expecting. And having grown up in San Diego, going down to Tijuana on the weekends, or even going down to parts of downtown San Diego, living in New York City, going over to the West Side Highway or Christopher Street, you've got sex workers. It is a part of life, and it is evident in pretty much all of your larger cities around the world. Bangkok is so much more. We've been here for 2 years now, and we don't hang out in the Nana area. We don't hang out on Soy Cowboy. You can live a normal life here without sex tourism being in your face. I have no problem with sex tourism. Have at it. But what I'm really saying is that you have people that live here, you have many foreigners that live here working in industry, you have many international schools here. It's basically a normal big city. The next myth or misconception about living in Bangkok is that you will eat street food all of the time. Now, you can, but for a foreigner living here, such as myself, it is simply not realistic for a number of reasons. One is there are many street foods that my gut is just not used to. And it would probably take me ages to build up the enzymes so that I would be able to tolerate the foods. The second reason is you just might get sick of eating Thai food every day. Now, I can't even believe I'm saying this out loud because I love Thai food, but you just might want some variety to your diet. And the final reason is you really probably want to control the ingredients of what you're eating. Eating street food all the time, we all know, lots of fish sauce, yum, love fish sauce, lots of fish, soy, the oils. If you're getting a little bit older, like Mark and I are, it's just really not good for you to eat that food every day, purely from a nutritional standpoint. Yes, maybe you will eat street food every day, but if you're going to be here long term, I just don't think it's realistic. But that's just me. The third myth or misconception that I want to talk about is that Bangkok is an inexpensive city to live in. Now, inexpensive and expensive are relative. But you hear stories often about foreigners saying, oh, I can live in Bangkok on $200 a month. Obviously, I'm being facetious. Bangkok like I mentioned earlier in the video, is a capital city. It's one of those cities where you can spend as little as you would like or as much as you would like. But really, as a foreigner coming from a Western country, to live a similar lifestyle that you lived back in your home country, and I'm just talking about the basic comforts, a roof over your head, food on your table, maintaining your health. It is not as inexpensive as people might think. Now, it's certainly a city where you get value for money. And that is one of the biggest reasons why I love Bangkok, because it's a capital city. It's got competitive pricing, and really Bangkok can really back it up. If something is expensive here, it's worth it. It's not like you're living in a city, prices are inflated, and you're not getting anything in return. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about living in Bangkok. Although it may be less expensive than the city you're moving from, it could be very comparable in price to living in many, many Western cities. So let me know what you think about these myths or misconceptions. I appreciate you watching as always, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.